The United States Capitol, often called the Capitol or the Capitol Building, is the seat of the United States Congress. Ever wondered why it's spelled Capitol? Capitol, the temple of Jupiter in Rome, and a fort or a castle on the Mons Capitolinus, and this the Senate of Rome anciently assembled. And on the same place is still the city hall or townhouse where the conservators of the Roman hold their meetings. The same name was given to the principal temples of the Romans in their colonies. The edifice occupied by the Congress of the United States in their deliberations. In some states, the State House, or a house in which the legislature holds its session, a government house. The edifice. Let's look at that right quick. Edifice is a building or a structure of fabric, but appropriately a large or splendid building. The word is not applied to mean a building, but to temples, churches, or elegant mansion houses and or other great structures. See edify. Edify, a house, to make, to build, in a literal sense, to instruct and improve the mind in knowledge generally, and particularly in moral and religious knowledge, in faith and holiness, to edify each other, to teach or to persuade. Now, this is a house of the Congress, right? This is a house of worship. They literally told you it's a temple and a church. Here we have the apotheosis of Washington. I've done a couple presentations on this abomination right here. I will get into it just real quick. Again, it deserves a quick review again. I briefly mentioned it in my Pleiades study and a couple other associated topics. The word apotheosis in the title means literally the raising of a person to the rank of a god, or the glorification of a person as an idea. George Washington was the honorary apotheosis. Okay, in this picture, he is literally doing the as above, so below, and he is representative of Jupiter. This is the house you find him in. This is the Capitol Rotunda, and up there is the E Pluribus Unum. He's surrounded by 72 stars, which is representative of not only the 72 names of God that you can find in Deuteronomy, but also the 72 disciples after Christ's crucifixion. There's also 13 stars, which is representative of his apostles. The 13th one being his monument, which is reflective of Osiris's phallus. But the gods that he is surrounded by are representative of war as armed freedom, or Columbia, which we're going to double back to her in a minute. Science in Minerva, marine in Neptune, commerce in Mercury, the mechanics in Vulcan, and agriculture in Ceres. Which that's interesting because that's actually the daughter of Saturn, which is the field harvester of agriculture. So basically, this has been done. What was it? Luke chapter 2 verse 1, where Caesar taxed the whole world. Nothing like that's ever been done. That's what he's bragging about right now. Because when you connect all of these gods, you get the as above, so below symbolic star. Okay, and right up here it says E Pluribus Unum. Oh crap, what have I just done? Okay, minimize that. You got E Pluribus Unum, which basically means we are the one, together as one, many as one. Behold, we are the Satan, etc., etc. And that's representative of these gods that he's surrounded by, because you got war, you have your science, you got your medicine as well as your alchemy. Okay, you got your marine, that's your maritime. Okay, control of the seas, etc. You got your commerce, and they brought that up on land. That's all your merchants and things of that nature. You got your mechanics, which is your industry. your industry, and then you got your agriculture. That's self-explanatory. They have literally created a net and controlled all of this and became a giant in the land. And this gets crazy real quick. Here is the Capitol Rotunda. Oh shoot, is there anything else I mentioned up in here? Did I need anything else? Did I need anything else up in here? I don't think so. I'm going to include all these links so you could read through it yourself. Very fascinating stuff. Here is the Capitol Rotunda, which is basically what I just covered. And there was a quick thing in here I wanted to show y'all real quick. Oh, there it is right there. The rotunda was intended to recall the Pantheon, if you disbelieve me about the house of worship, so that y'all can worship your God government in the form of Congress. And here is the Pantheon. It is a temple or a magnificent edifice at Rome dedicated to all the gods, which we just covered that. We covered all the gods. And by the way, these gods are also representative of your days of the week. Of course, Jupiter himself being Saturday, the day of the Lord. Okay? Shit get crazy real quick. So that's your Pantheon. And here is your George Washington. I hate saying this dude's name. I absolutely hate it. But he's doing the as above, so below, handing you the sword of the armed freedom, of liberty, of Columbia. All right? And if you need more proof, the dude that designed this statue, where's it at? Where's it at? Bow. Here you go. The semi-nude Washington posed in Jupiter, right there. Blah, blah. So it's he was carved out in the position of Jupiter. And if you're familiar with the Baphomet, you got that going on as well. Now, the sword of liberty. Let's get into that right quick. Okay, the Statue of Freedom, also known as Armed Freedom, which we just went over that. He's surrounded by one of these gods. That is your god Columbia. And I find it interesting that she's on the top of the Capitol Rotunda. She's the capstone of this thing. And when you get into it, she's the war and peace. She also got those gods down here, as well as in the architect of the building. But that wasn't quite my point on this one here. This is very interesting. She's also made out of bronze, which is very biblical as far as authority is considered. Okay, so here is your liberty based off of LIBERTAS. And I just wanted to go this route real quick because this in relation to Julius Caesar when he taxed the whole world. Okay, we have all kinds of little coins with her on it, but now we done took her off of it, and now we got the other gods, the dead prez up in there. We have them being worshipped on our coins in our currency. Okay, we got all kinds of good stuff in here. This is a good article. Like I said, I'll include all of this in my notes. Matter of fact, let me just go to my notes real quick and wrap this up real quick, because I also got some editorial things going on here. What's the point of this post? Well, what is God's first commandment? You shall have no gods above me. Okay, that is literally what they are doing in their building, in their District of Columbia, as their apotheosis. Okay, they literally are becoming gods, and y'all are worshiping them. Okay, and what did George Jefferson say about where governments get their power? They get their power from the governed. Okay, and this is where you get the term government. Okay, the government is to conduct a policy, action, and affairs. And the ment is the result of an action through your mental, through your belief. You literally believe in them and worship them. And this is the only reason they become powerful. Okay, which leads me to my quote here by Edmund Burke. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. This is why you worship them. And you seriously worship them as gods. And for whoever changed their God, changed their law. And whoever changed their law, changed their God. Okay, this is why, and I know why they offer you so many immunities and privileges and user agreements through your 14th Amendment participation, because it's scary. It's scary being free. I know. This is why, you know, God brings discomfort. I've had quite a few Christians come at me crazy too. Like, no, God, Jesus sent his comforter. I'm sorry, I'm not a Freemason. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, go ahead, take the mark. Jesus is on his way to save us. I would never tell you no crazy shit like that. In fact, I'm the exact opposite direction, regardless of what Freemason points out my hypocrisy for participating on this digital social media. Okay, I don't care. You have Freemasons teaching you it's okay to take the mark because Christ coming to save us. Christ bring discomfort. He never introduced comfort. Okay, and a couple of my biblical examples here is when, hey, Isaac, go to that mountain and kill your son. Okay, that's discomfort. That's something God wanted. Okay. Also, hey, Noah, go and make that boat and prepare for the flood so I can kill everybody. Okay, that's a discomforting thing to be asked. Okay, when he came to Moses, hey, Moses, go to the Pharaoh, disrespect him and his folks, and tell him you leaving with my people with or without his permission. These are uncomfortable things to do. What did he ask of his own son? Hey, Jesus, you got to do something. You got to be nailed to a cross and let these Romans kill you. Okay, these Roman gods. That's exactly what you got up in here in your state capital, your capital. Okay, this is the apotheosis of Washington. I hate saying his name. That's another thing God said. He said, call no man father. Why are these the founding fathers? Huh? Why have you pledged allegiance and oaths to them? And as a result have become an accessory in their crimes to humanity and their war crimes. But y'all worship government. Government is your God. You have pledged oaths to them. You call them the Father. You follow their law. You have exchanged God's 10 commandments in exchange in participation of the 10 planks of the Communist Manifesto. You've learned from their 10 planks, which is their schooling, their public schools. You participate in their fiat currency, which is the 5th plank of their central bank notes. I mean, I could go on. You also exchange license and user agreements for the 1st plank of the Communist Manifesto, where all property belongs to the state and you are a participant. Like Jefferson said, governments only get their power through the consent of the governed. And they become edified. They become edified and ascend to godship because you worship them. You worship them in their temple, in their church. They are the people. You are a person. Big difference, y'all. Y'all need to wake up, man. I'm done talking about this because I'm just going to start venting. I wanted this to be short. Like I said, I'll include all the links up in here. Read, homie, and get with God. Repent, okay? Yahshua HaMashiach, he's already here. What y'all waiting for, man? Y'all have been marked, clearly marked by your own participation in the establishment kingdoms of Cain. Cain marked. Oh my goodness. They practiced the very things Cain brought, man. His legalese and sun worship. I got one more photo for y'all, man. The ascension, the apotheosis of the sun god himself, in case y'all need one more see it to believe it thing. Where are my other notes at? My goodness, this is running long. Boom. There's your sun god. He's also in bronze. Okay, you either live in coincidence land or your mind just isn't working anymore. You don't have eyes or ears to hear or see Yahshua HaMashiach in the temple, in the garden, in the tabernacle, in the ark. Okay, you in the wilderness, you in the desert, you enslaved. You worship golden calves and everything else, man. You are appointed kings over yourself. These are all biblical things I'm speaking on. Anyway, good luck.